Remember to turn on all notifications so you don't miss a video. The OG Daffy and I got together to have an interesting discussion about the 2022 fall season of anime and other random topics that popped up. A little bit of the intro was cut off, but nothing too important was said. It was just an intro. Be sure to check out his channel. Before, on a video ranking the DBZ top 10 moments, I believe, or was it top 20?
It was top 10.
Oh, top 10, alright. Check out his channel, check out my channel, and yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Nah, that's about it. I say we get right to it.
Alright, my first question was, how often do you watch seasonal anime?
Seasonal anime, I would say fairly often. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the monthly format. I think it gives animators way too much crunch, and I really think that it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of like animation and pacing of the story. Like you look at like Bleach and how it's notorious for its filler. I think it holds the record for like 45% of the series being filler. You think it's higher?
I think Naruto is more like 45.
Maybe.
Yes, well, I don't know.
It might be, because I know end of part 1 Naruto, I think it was like 60 episodes, and then the war arc was god awful. But Bleach is pretty high up there. So I prefer seasonal anime just because it's more streamlined structure, and you have a lot more time.
Oh, so you're talking about the difference between ones that just go on for multiple seasons without a break?
Yeah. So like
Take breaks.
Yeah. So compared, so when I say like monthly, I mean stuff like One Piece or like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. You know what I mean? Like it didn't stop. Like there was no season. You know what I mean? Like you can go onto like Crunchyroll or Hulu, and it's like take Demon Slayer for example. Like you go onto Crunchyroll right now, you will see like Demon Slayer season 1. The next one you'll see like the Mugen Train or whatever, and then the next like season, quote unquote, is the Entertainment District arc. You'll see stuff like that. You don't see stuff like that for One Piece. It's kind of vague. You know what I mean? Kind of similar with Naruto as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Except for between part 1 and part 2.
Exactly. But those aren't seasons, you know what I mean? Like you can say season 1 of Naruto is like to the end of waves or like the beginning of the tuning exams or something like that. Like it's very
when they become like box sets that they start splitting up the seasons. But what?
Right.
You can't tell the difference between the seasons.
Right. So I much prefer the seasonal anime format. Me personally.
All right. Were you watching any anime last season?
I think I was catching up. Really, it's hard to remember just off the top of my head. My brain is melting every day. What? I know I was watching Spy X Family, Demon Slayer. I was on that. I think there was one other one. It might have been the previous. No, it wasn't the previous JoJo batch because that came out a year ago. I can't really. I was.
The previous JoJo batch came out recently.
I'm saying the first batch. I'm sorry. The first batch is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was about a year ago. Because I know the third batch is coming out December 1st. I think I was watching Summertime Rendering too. I haven't watched that in a minute though.
Oh, what'd you think about that?
I like it. It's a little slower for myself personally. I'm weird. Like I don't know when I see like any like a monster, like anything like involving like monsters or anything like that, I want to see like a lot more of the action. And like don't get me wrong, I love good story plot driven stuff, but like I was like in the camp like when I started Promised Neverland like the first season, and like that kid just got like eaten or like died or whatever, like had a flower in his chest. I was like, oh, I'm gonna see like kids die. They're like be like actual stakes, like you know what I mean? And then like I just went throughout the entire season, and I was just like, they might get caught, but I know what like it's. I've been around in the anime community long enough to like see all the tropes, so I'm like, okay, well I know they're all alive or whatever at the end of the season, so it doesn't really matter. Now I want to say that was the same thing with Summertime Rendering. I do like it. I don't know. I think I'm like 9 or 10 episodes in, and it's I don't know. Some of the characters are a little weird for me. I'm not crazy about it. I'm watching Banana Fish right now though. I'm actually enjoying that a lot.
Well, about Summertime Rendering, just to make sure, was that the one where the characters had like these shadows and they would kill them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, I remember reading the manga a while back, and I'm like, you can't mix ecchi with horror for me. It just does not sync up well.
Well, like, I don't even know if, like, the show is not very ecchi at all. From what I've seen, there's not really a lot of that. I don't get like any like the quote unquote like harem vibes or anything from that. Like there's not a ton of fan service. Like there's some, and fan service like that like does like get on my nerves. Like I think it's just overdone. It's crap, honestly. Like it's just not interesting.
For me, there's a time and a place.
Yeah,
horror is just not the place or the time.
Yeah, it like, and you risk tonal shifts too, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not to say it's not doing it for me. I'm waiting to be wowed more. There's like some festival thing that happened, and that was really interesting. But then it's kind of like bogged down again, so I'm kind of just waiting for it to kick back up. But I still have to finish it through though.
All right, well, let's talk about the current season because we want to get views. Oh man, that's the most exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about? Let's start with the trailers. How do you feel about the trailers?
Oh, I'm very excited, man. I'm so hyped. There were a lot of people, especially on Twitter, kind of complaining about how the CGI looks bad and all this stuff. But I mean, like MAPPA has proved themselves time and time again to like be, I want to say like masters at their craft. I mean, like you could look at like the lead animator, a lot of their stuff. I forget what his name is. I had his name in a video of mine recently, but like just the bags under his eyes, like as soon as Attack on Titan was announced, like it's crazy. Like these people don't sleep. I think there was like a tweet that some MAPPA employee that said like I haven't gone home in like 2 days or something. Like they got sweatshop hours over there. Like it sucks, and like the anime industry is notorious for this, but I mean they produce some quality content. If they could just improve their the treatment of their employees, would be at good shape. But yeah, nah, man, I definitely, I'm super excited. I read the entire part 1 manga of Chainsaw Man. I want to say like a little over a week or something. As soon as I found out I got announced, and so yeah, man, nah, I'm very excited. It's kind of weird because it's part of the big like the dark trio or something I've seen people call it. They say it's this. I don't know. I've seen it on like Reddit and like Twitter. It's like the dark trio. It's like
the other manga.
It's like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. There's like one other one. I don't think it's Black Clover, but it's something else. I don't know. It's weird.
I hate that comparison, but I'll get to that later. First, I think the CGI looked kind of wonky to me, if I'm going to be honest, because I'm not like one of those elitists who are like, I can't stand CGI. I watched the entire Kingdom season 1 and I enjoyed it. Like when I saw the CGI animation, like when he's transforming into Chainsaw Man, I feel like it looked better. CGI looked better in like Dragon Ball Super Broly, Revival of F, or Demon Slayer.
Not Revival of F. You're lying. Revival of F, that was terrible. Revival of F was terrible. And Broly was good. And Broly was good when they're like fighting underneath the lava or whatever. But no, Revival of F, that was rough. But no, I honestly like it. I don't mind it at all. I mean, I certainly don't mind when anime use 3D animation to kind of aid in that process. Because I mean, that's as a character model, that has got to be a pain in the ass to do 2D, because like all the chainsaws on his body are constantly rotating. I don't mind having it be a 3D model. I think it looks good. I mean, when I saw it in motion and like all the trailers and stuff like that, it looks good to me. So I don't have any complaints. I'm very excited. For some reason, like this looks, I don't want to say it is like, obviously it's the same studio, but like compare this like Jujutsu Kaisen, the line work is so thin and crisp from everything I've seen. This looks crazy, man.
It's gonna have that Demon Slayer reaction where people are hyping it up simply because of the art and animation.
You see, people say that about Demon Slayer, and I have Demon Slayer like in my top 5, not just strictly because of the animation. Because is the animation absolutely gorgeous? Yes, but Demon Slayer does not reinvent the wheel, and you don't have to. You know what I mean? I like Demon Slayer, but like, there's a lot of people who I feel like are hyping it up for the wrong reasons, at least in my opinion. Well, yeah, because like, and the thing is that you'll have a lot of people, and they'll try to just shit on Demon Slayer. They're like, Demon Slayer, it's mid, it sucks. The thing is what I like about Demon Slayer, it's got a lot of heart, and what I mean by that is that its cast of characters is very small compared to something like Bleach. I think I commented on like one of your videos earlier. Yeah. Like where I talked about, I think Bleach has a too big of a cast, especially with the 13 squads. I think it's too big. It's too big. But Demon Slayer is a lot more tight. It's a lot more compact. Honestly, the weakest character in the entire manga is Michael Jackson. Fuck, what's his fucking name? I literally don't even remember. Muzan. Thank you.
Yeah.
But like, you compare. Did you read the Demon Slayer manga?
Yep.
Okay, so you compare like Muzan's backstory, where he just got all pissed off of. Okay, spoilers if anyone's reading this or if anyone's watching this or listening to this, I will be talking about spoilers for Demon Slayer in a second, so I guess click off in the next like 15 seconds. But like, you compare his backstory to where like he found out he was gonna die, he just like decided to kill his doctor. Compare his backstory to like Upper Moon 1. You know what I mean? Or like Akaza's backstory. We're just tragic, just terrible stories. You feel so awful for them. And like Muzan's backstory, it's not even all that, dude. Like, even like compare his own skills to like Upper Moon 1. Like, Upper Moon 1 was like low diffing Sanemi and Gyome. You know what I mean? And like Upper Moon, like, and Muzan, he's just like swinging his arms. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like, there's no skill.
People were saying that the number one should have been how Muzan was fighting.
Yes, I agree. I think Ufotable will probably do something to like spice it up. I mean, like, look at how the fucking you don't think so?
No.
You're thinking, look at the Rengoku fight versus Akaza. Dude, Rengoku got low dipped so fucking hard in the manga compared to what happened in the anime. Like, it was crazy. It was like a chapter and a half, and Akaza didn't break a sweat in the manga.
Really? There was that much of a difference?
Oh, dude, I will literally say it to you right now. Because I'm making a Tengen versus Rengoku video. I record the audio for it, and I was reading back on the fight between Akaza and Rengoku, and dude, in the manga, it's bad. It's really bad.
Wow.
He got slaughtered.
I just don't remember.
Yeah, no, he got packed quick. Kind of like. Small tangent, but like, honestly, like, I think Tengen probably would have died too, but I think he would have like given Akaza a big challenge compared to Rengoku. I think Tengen would have had Akaza sweating, honestly. I think Akaza still would have gotten the W, but I think Tengen would have had him pressed for a hot minute.
Interesting. I never saw that much of a difference in their abilities.
Well, the thing is, you gotta think, because Tengen was fighting number 6. He was fighting number 6, poisoned, with immense blood loss, and he was still going crazy. You know what I mean? And I was doing research for this video. I think Tengen is the number 1 in speed, in strictly running speed for the Hashira, which is crazy because Rengoku ran comparable to the speed of a train in the OVA. Now, he's not explicitly stated to be running as fast as a train, but he's on train tracks. If you like look at the angle of what it was like drawn at, the speed is, Rengoku's fucking fast. But if you like, Rengoku is at number 5, by the way, in terms of running speed. Rengoku is at 5, Tengen is at 1. So even if you think, Rengoku's faster than, I don't fucking know, Muchiro, well, there's still a 1 to 5 gap between him and Tengen. Like, it's crazy. Tengen would beat the shit out of Rengoku. I'm sorry, like, he would. And people misunderstand that scene where Tengen is talking to, like, like in his conscious, he's like, Rengoku, you're so much better than me. What do I do? Whatever. But people don't understand that Tengen literally was like he had all these like self-esteem issues, like especially like considering like his family and his background. He didn't want to end up like his brother did. And so he just like had these like overruling thoughts of failure, and so like him thinking that Rengoku was a better person kind of blended into him thinking that Rengoku was just better than him at everything. But I honestly think you could argue that Rengoku has more skill with the sword. I mean, sure, whatever, but like Tengen is a fucking monster. Like, he literally like took those 2 big ass swords and held it with his fingertips, dude. Like, it's crazy. And he's like a foot taller than Rengoku. Like, it's I'm ranting. I'm sorry, but like it's nah, man, dude. It's crazy because Tengen was getting shit on before the entertainment arc like got animated. People were shitting on Tengen. They were saying he was ass. They were saying Shinobu was better than Tengen, bro. Like, I'm dead ass.
Not by then.
I'm done ranting, but I'll leave it for my video. But I'm telling you, it's.
All right, so what do you think about Chainsaw Man's story, though?
The story? That's. I don't know. It didn't wow me. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't wow me. I don't hate it. I certainly don't hate it. You know, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's fun. I would put it like in the same vein as like slightly below like Dragon Ball's story. You know what I mean? Like I would say Dragon Ball Super. I mean, Dragon Ball Z did a little better narratively. When you start like looking at like just like when Makima like sends like or like fully like has Denji converted as like her dog, whatever the fuck, via the contract, and then he gets the fucking like full power like intestines on his neck, getting kicked to the moon type shit. Like it just, I don't know, it kind of got off the rails for me. Like the art, don't get me wrong, the art is fantastic, and like the whole show is off the rails. Like they literally go to hell, but I don't know. It didn't wow me. I mean, like I get the whole point is like to subvert your expectations for Denji, because like his whole thing is, oh, I just want to kiss a girl, I just want to, you know, feel some boobs, but not this girl that's offering it to me. I want Makima's, but you know, oh shit, I actually want to do it the right way with Makima. You know what I mean? Like it's like the first time a girl ever offered to like kiss him, she straight up barfed in his mouth. You feel what I'm saying? So it's, dude, that panel was so fucking weird. When I read it for the first time, I was like, what is happening, bro? I think it'll be, I don't know. The story, I'll probably give it like a 6. I think a 6.5.
Do you think it's overhyped? Oh yeah, well you said just
the story. I don't. You know, you see, you say that. I don't think so. I think a lot of people would actually agree with me saying the story isn't fantastic. It's the characters that make it. And the story is not again reinventing the wheel or anything. It's so interesting, and the art is fantastic. The concept of devils is crazy. I don't really see anyone stating that Chainsaw Man's story is like revolutionary or anything. I really don't see that.
Interesting. But do you actually watch the videos that are hyping it up?
I have not. So when they're hyping it up, are they like, what are they saying? Like, are they saying they're like it's the best new gen anime, or like what?
I mean, stuff along those lines. Like I don't actually watch most of those videos because I can predict what they're gonna say. But when I see the titles, they say stuff like Chainsaw Man's gonna change the game. Chainsaw Man's revolutionary.
I mean, in terms of animation, sure. I mean, sure. Like
no, I'm talking about the manga though.
Oh, in terms of story and plot. Wait, what?
Yeah, this was happening before the anime was announced, I believe.
No. No. And like, this is gonna go into a whole other thing. Just because it's a Seinen does not make it automatically good. I don't know where the fuck people got this opinion from that like, oh, it's a Seinen, it's dark. What'd you say?
It's like elitist opinion, because Seinen is made for an older audience. Meanwhile, Shonen is made for a younger audience. So people are like, oh, this one's more mature. This one.
Oh, they say they have blood. They have look at these like all these fucking like Berserk fans. And don't get me wrong, like Berserk is fine. I've read a little bit of it, but like I don't know, the first like 10 pages, like he's having sex with a demon, and I'm just like, bro, what are we doing here? And just but I'm not gonna get into a whole thing about Berserk, but anyway, like, just because it's Seinen does not make it good automatically. You know what is a fantastic Seinen that I watched recently? Dude, fucking Vinland Saga. I was floored. I was like, oh my god, because I was in Arizona about 2 months ago, and me and my homie, we went to a bookshop, and I was just looking for some manga. I was looking, like, you know, cop some new shit, because I have some Shaman King I need to finish reading, and so I was like, okay, well, I need to cop some new shit. I want to see. And so I saw Vinland Saga. I think there were like 3 other things I wanted to see. I wanted to start Tokyo Ghoul and like I think like maybe Darling in the Franxx. I don't remember, but like they didn't have the first volume or first edition of them. The only one they had was Vinland Saga, and I was like, okay, well, I heard some stuff about Vinland Saga. I was like, okay, so you know, I'll check it out, dude. I read like the first 2 chapters. I said, no, I gotta watch this ASAP. Watched the first season, dude. I was floored. I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. And that, I feel like, is what the Seinen genre is for every single, like,
Seinen's a demographic.
Like when people like talk about, oh, Sienna, it's always peak. It's shit's on shonen. I mean, I feel like they're mainly talking about stuff like that, where like the quality is at the best. You have your good action, but you have these multi-layered characters, and these real intricate stories. And intricate also doesn't have to be boring as well. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like what anime's like plot is just super like contrived. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But yeah, intricate doesn't mean good either. I definitely feel like Vinland Saga struck the right balance of that, because I fell in love with that as soon as like the first like couple episodes.
Yeah, it was a great anime. Although I don't think season 2 will be nearly as exciting.
It's not gonna be as hype. But it's gonna be more character focused and character driven, because it's the farm arc.
So you've read it as well?
I have not. I know about it, but like, I don't know if you do this, but like, it's like I see a character and I'm like, oh, like, okay, that's really cool, and they have like an ability or something, and I'll like look up like what their ability is or something on fandom or like Wikipedia or something.
A wiki surfer.
Yep, and I'll like just I'll like glance and like see something. You know what I mean? And that leads me down another rabbit hole. It's like, I've glanced, dude, I'll be up to like 2 hours straight, just like,
relatable.
Dude, I'll be up to like 2 hours straight, just reading up on shit.
2 hours.
No, dude, dude, it's bad. I get so invested, but I'm like trying not to spoil myself, but I end up getting spoiled. I'm terrible with it, but yeah, like I looked at a little bit of information on the farm arc. I know it's the farm arc. I know it's slower paced, whatever. I know a lot of it's focused on Thorfinn's development. But that's about all I know. I don't really know like the names of characters or anything like that. But yeah.
Okay. All right. We can move on. Spy X Family. What are your thoughts on that? That's an anime coming.
I like it. I like it. I really enjoy it. Fan base can be really, really fucking weird. And if I'm tired of blocking people on Twitter because they make fan art of Anya, and like because you
after that.
I'll look up, so like I'm used to like looking up like Sonic fan art or some shit, right? And just seeing some like explicit shit, like whatever, you know what I mean? Because like you have very, very talented people that just, I don't know, man.
They misuse their talents.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to say that. I mean, yes, you know what I mean, but like, I mean, hey, whatever gets them pills paid, like I understand, but also for like Sonic and Shadow, it's weird, but I mean, sure, man, who gives a shit? But like, nah, man, when they start like making jokes about like Anya and shit, I'm like, no, you're getting blocked. Don't just say this like really just creepy, vulgar shit, like nothing I want to repeat, but it's just like very gross shit about a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm tired of seeing shit like that. And people say they're joking, and a lot of people are just, being edgy just to get a rise in a reaction out of people. But I like it. Like, as I've gotten older, I don't have the patience for that kind of shit anymore. I'll just like, I
don't know how you're on Twitter.
Dude, it's so weird. Like, I hated it before, and then like I just started following a couple like people. I'm like, oh, this person makes fan art. Oh, this person likes this game, or oh, like this hashtag's cool. And then like it just develops, and then like mostly like my Twitter feed consists of like memes, anime news, fucking video game news, and honestly that's a lot of it. Like, I'm not like into like any like super political shit or anything. Like I just be having a good time and like looking at memes and shit. So I mean, honestly, like Twitter's not that serious, but like I love oh my god, I love when seeing like
toxic, though.
It's very toxic. I love people just get the dog shit beat out of them in the replies, though. Nothing warms my heart. I saw something like someone was talking about She-Hulk, and they were talking about how like the main actress, they said she was like, someone said she looks like a foot, which is just like absolutely ridiculous. Like, that woman is gorgeous, by the way. Like that woman, the woman that plays She-Hulk is fine. And then someone said, 2D women. Yeah, you said nothing on 2D women. Is that what you just said? But that's fucked up. But no, and then someone replied to him and said, you said someone looks like a foot when it looks like you should have been shot into a sock. And oh my god, I laughed so hard. It's like seeing shit like that. I'm just like, yes. Oh man. And then I don't know, dude. Oh, I ratioed somebody. Do you know what ratio is on Twitter?
Oh yes.
Dude, I ratioed
On Twitter before.
the fuck out of this dude. What did he even say? He said some shit. He was like, because spoilers, but Daredevil showed up in the recent She-Hulk episode.
She-Hulk.
Oh, dude. Oh my god, dude. I knew Daredevil was gonna show up, and I was still so excited. I like as soon as what's his face was like, or the judge was like, "Oh, where's your lawyer?" And then her designer was like, "Oh, I'm not an idiot. He'll be here." And then he walked in the courtroom. I started screaming at like 3 a.m. I was like, "Ah! Holy shit!" Because like, dude, Daredevil is like one of my favorite shows like of all time. Like that shit's like goated in my opinion. And I loved seeing him in No Way Home for like the 2 minutes he was there. But actually like seeing him like on the silver screen again and just hearing his voice and shit, like, I love that man. If I could find Charlie Cox, if he had a social media, I would be like just like sending fan cams all the time. I wouldn't actually. I'm joking. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. Like I love Charlie Cox, man. I think he plays the character insanely well, man. His dedication to comic accuracy is fantastic too.
Wait, what do you mean by his? Isn't that the writer's job?
So yes, but there have been multiple instances, and like even people on set have talked about like how like they'll have like certain lines or some certain things they want Daredevil to do, and Charlie will like disagree and be like, "Nah, it's like I forgot what," but there've been like a couple instances, but yeah, he's like, "No, it's not like it should be like this," and I much prefer like that because you'll see like as soon as people. Like celebrities, like they get cast as some superhero, they're all of a sudden they're in the comic book shops and they're reading all their comics from the fucking 40s and shit, you know what I mean? But like Charlie Cox, like, apparently like people were talking about like how he's an actual nerd for this kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like he like lives and breathes it. And so
Andrew Garfield,
dude, oh my god, Andrew Garfield, man, he got such the short end of the stick, dude, because his Spider-Man's fantastic. I love his Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love the movies too.
Do you think the movies are overhated, or do you think that they are right where they are? You think so you don't think that those movies are where they should be, like critique wise? You just have a soft spot for them. Like explain it to me.
Yeah, I mean, because I didn't watch them when they were coming out because personally they were poorly advertised. I didn't even know they existed until a while later. And I recently watched them this year, and I was like, why were people hating on this? This was actually really good. I didn't see I didn't understand the hate.
I understand. I think the lizard was a little underdeveloped. I think the lizard like the whole I'm gonna turn everybody into lizards thing. Like it's fucking stupid. Like I get it though. You know what I mean?
It's like a comic world.
Oh yeah. And I was not in love. I definitely just did not like the what's his face's Green Goblin in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I forgot his name.
I don't know his name.
But that suit in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was gorgeous. I love that suit. The big expressive eyes, and that's another thing too. With like Andrew Garfield, like I don't know if you've seen, but there's this like certain GIF where like there is no audio whatsoever, but you can tell what he's saying. Like his body expressions are so on point. Like people said like Andrew Garfield was like the highest budget theater kid they could have possibly hired. And I mean, I agree, man. I think he did fantastic. He's British too, for some reason. I don't know where all these Brits are coming from. These American comic movies. I don't care. It's funny.
I think he had the best acting out of the three, to be honest.
I might have to agree with you. And don't get me wrong. Do I think Tom Holland is bad? No, God no. I think now the Tom Holland hate has died down. I do think Tobey Maguire. I think his Spider-Man was a little too soft is no. Well, I mean, everybody was old in that fucking movie. I mean, dude, Flash Thompson was a fucking 40-year-old man with a mortgage. Like, the fuck you talking about? But I think they played too. I think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man played too heavily in the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't know. Whenever people talk about Tobey Maguire, they don't talk about his flaws a lot, and I really think that whenever it comes time to critique Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, they bring up their critiques kind of a bit more. Part of that also is the nostalgia glasses. the rose tinted glasses.
True.
But you know, like take for example, fucking like Peter and Spider-Man 3, like him like dancing and becoming an asshole when he has the symbiote, like it's a huge meme. But even when like in Spider-Man 2, where they're like, there's like some robbery going on, and he just keeps walking by. There's like a whole montage of him just like minding his own business. It's not until like there's like fire and like people are about to die that he does something. Like that's a character flaw. Like he felt like he's like, well, that's not my business. That's not my problem. That's them. You know what I mean? I feel like people don't talk about that enough.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think that any of the Spider-Men are bad. I love each and every single one of them. I was like one of the people like putting a cape on for Tom Holland, saying that like I think he's great. You know, he looks the youngest, he feels the youngest, he feels the most inexperienced and not the most realistic. Do I love the direction that they went for not the whole Iron Boy Jr., but you know what I mean, like the Iron Man mentorship? No, I don't love that.
I feel like he suffered because he was part of the MCU.
I can understand. I can understand where you're coming from with that. I would just have, if we had known that No Way Home was the end of his arc, I really think that it would have softened a lot of people up, because a lot of people kind of got this in hindsight that like he had to, it was a gradual. I mean, look, you were in what first like hour of the Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, like he has great power, great responsibility, blah blah blah. Like he says that he lives and breathes it, and then you look at the Tom Holland films where he has to learn, okay, I can't just be revealing my identity to everybody. Like this technology, whatever that Mr. Stark gave me, I can't be giving that to everybody else either. Like in Far From Home. And then like Spider-Man 3, it's the whole responsibility thing, the weight, you know, losing people. Like when he lost Aunt May, it's just like, damn, like this superhero shit is terrible. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. I'm just saying it's like a long arc.
Yes, it's the long con. I think that's where a lot of that Tom Holland hype or that Tom Holland hate kind of died down at the end of No Way Home. What were we even talking about? I don't remember.
We were talking about Spike's family. Then we moved on to Twitter.
Yeah.
We went to, I think that's where we got. Oh, you went to She-Hulk because you're talking about people getting roasted.
Yeah.
And then from She-Hulk, we went to Spider-Man.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.